Hi everybody. I'm going to keep my head out of this video and we're going to talk in the next few minutes about the improvisations for music ed and the motives for motion. We have four kinds of motion that are required: marching, skipping, swaying, and running. And I want to just play through each one of them as a little bit of an example to help you to get started with your improvs for the piano proficiency. Marching, hopefully you've already had a little instruction on from this semester. You first need to decide what the chord progression is that you're going to use. And again, you can use the chord progressions that are provided as samples in the book on pages 34 and 35. That's here in this book. Pages 34 and 35, I have four different chord progressions there as samples, or you can make up your own chord progressions from your favorite folk tunes or Christmas carols or anywhere you'd like to get a chord progression. We ask that they be 16 bars and in the structure of two antecedent consequent phrases. So I'm going to use one of the chord progressions from the page 34. I'll use number 1 and just show you kind of what the kind of easy motion motives that you can use are. Descending tetrachords work very well for marching, and descending tetrachord simply is to place your thumb on the root of any chord that you want to play or that you want to imply and descend 4 notes. 4 chord, back to 1 chord. 1 chord, 5, 7, 5, 5, and so forth. Simply placing your thumb on the root of the chord that you need. If it's a 4 chord in the key of C major, you'd place your thumb on F. If it's a 5, 7, a 5 chord, you'd place your thumb on a D and descend 4 notes. A similar kind of thing can work for running. You just need to go a little faster. And you can give yourself a break from these patterns. So for instance, if I'm creating a running pattern, you don't have to keep that running motive up all the time. That's one of the things that you can do, is that descending tetrachord in 16th notes for running. Another thing you can do is to play a light 5-finger pattern in the right hand of 16th notes mixed with 8th notes. This is the example at the bottom of page 32. And so forth. I was using a pointer system as my accompaniment there in the left hand. Swaying is a triple meter example, and you need to think about the size of the little 7-year-olds and how they, if they were seated in a position, how they might look when they sway and what that tempo might imply. Swaying their bodies from one side to the other and thinking of each extreme of the body as one of the downbeats. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. And there again, I'm using a pointer system accompaniment in the left hand with a simple triadic melody. You can see the video on making melodies if that's of a concern to you. The melody there, it's better if it's a wide-ranging melody. It shows the rock from side to side for the sway. It helps to imply that motion for the child. And then finally, skipping, the example that's given here on page 33 in the book shows a 6/8 compound duple meter that's got a long short rhythm in it, quarter eighth, where the quarter and the following eighth note are the same pitch, and that represents both the rhythm and the repeated foot that's necessary to skip. And again, you don't have to maintain that motive incessantly. It sounds silly if you play. We have no break in the motive. So give little breaks. That helps the ear to understand the length of the phrase, and it doesn't intrude or impede the skipping idea. So hopefully these are some played examples that gives you a sense of both the tempo and the construction of your motives for motion. Okay, and